For the second straight night, Portland police declared a riot in East Portland. This time, things centered around the Kelly building on East Burnside. Protesters began marching from Normandale Park, and they tried to cross the 47th Avenue overpass, but a line of police met them there. Some demonstrators rerouted, ending up outside the Kelly building on Burnside. Police say demonstrators threw rocks, glass bottles, and eggs at police officers. Officers arrested 14 people. Now, this all came hours after far-right and alt-right groups came into downtown to push back against Antifa and left-wing demonstrators. Many of the right-wing protesters were armed, and several fights did break out. And this video here is going viral. That's a man right here in the right-wing demonstration pointing a gun at the crowd, and police say they've ID'd him and are working to track him down. That said, though, Portland police were not very visible during the chaos downtown, and the Bureau said it's stretched so thin it could not safely intervene here. And a warning, some of what you're about to see is pretty graphic. Here's Maggie Vespa.
From the beginning, it was a flat-out face-off. Several hundred people came to downtown Portland around noon Saturday, a crowd of far and alt-right activists clashing with Antifa and other counter-protesters near the Justice Center. We saw pepper spray, bear mace, and fights. Here, you can see someone bleeding. Many of the right-wing demonstrators were clearly armed. Portland police are opening an investigation into this video. It shows a man in the far-right demonstration pointing a gun at the crowd. Around that same time, Katie Shepard from the Washington Post tweeted, "Someone in the anti-fascist crowd was hit in the abdomen with a grenade-looking thing and was bleeding through a t-shirt, appeared in severe pain." We're working to learn that person's name and condition.
Protection of everyone's First Amendment right to speech and assembly.
Amid all of this, Portland police remained heard, but largely unseen. Officers never declared a riot. Police writing in a press release, this crowd met that definition, but, quote, there were not adequate police resources available. The release went on to say, thanks to recent anti-police protests and the need to cover other emergency calls throughout the city, PPB had roughly 30 officers available for crowd management. Their hands-off approach came under fire on social media after word got out that known local Proud Boy, Tusitala Tiny Tosi, was at the protest. He has an active warrant out for his arrest for violating probation tied to an assault charge. Police said they didn't arrest Tiny because, given the volatility of the crowd, quote, this is not a situation to wade into to effect an arrest for a warrant. Police did send photos of items they confiscated at the protest, including shields and a bucket of water bottles filled with urine and condoms filled with liquid. Federal officers did intervene, eventually declaring this an unlawful assembly and pushing the two crowds apart. KGW reached out to the Department of Homeland Security about their involvement, but we haven't heard back. The spokesperson for the agency Friday tweeted, "Help restore law and order in Portland. This country cannot survive allowing mob rule to replace the rule of law." Portland police confirmed they made 0 arrests at Saturday's demonstrations, which lasted for more than 3 hours. The chief said they are investigating crimes committed during those, and they want victims and witnesses to come forward. Maggie Vespa, KGW News.